Sports conversation that's worthy of a toast, or at least a stiff drink. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
This is Rich Cimini. He covers the New York Jets at ESPN. Jets 27, Browns 20. Since 1950, teams had been 225-0 when holding opponents to 175 or fewer yards and not turning the ball over. The Browns are the first team to lose in that span, per ESPN research, since 1950. They are also the first team. There's a bunch of firsts in this. I mean, they had a kick return and punt return touchdown back-to-back in this game. Justin Fields, who we love forever for everything that he did here, was asked to throw the ball 11 times. He completed 6 of them. Well, he completed 7 of them. One of them went to the Browns. 6 of 11 for 54 yards. He averaged 4.9 yards an attempt. They weren't even acting like they were going to throw it. They just ran it over and over again. And then it comes down to the end when, can you win the game? Who knows? The way that they're throwing it, not probably likely, as Dylan Gabriel went 17 to 32 for 167. He didn't turn it over, but missed a lot of stuff that was there as well in terms of being able to drive the ball down the field. And you get a holding penalty from a linebacker, and when you still have just the slightest glimmer of hope, and you know they're not running a play, you jump off sides. This is an impossible way to lose football games.
But it's a new one.
It's a new one, yeah. And I know Kevin talks at some point today. I just am curious to hear what he has to say about all of this, because it's just an impossible game to lose. I mean, the New York Jets traded away their 2 best defensive players last week. How do you...
I wondered in the moment Cameron Thomas jumps off sides because Stefanski's barking at them. Like Stefanski showing actual emotion on the sideline, or actual frustration on the sideline for once. And I wondered if Thomas looked at me and be like, bleep you, Big Kev. I'm jumping.
So
I don't know.
Tyvis was doing his pre- and post-game duties from here in the studio. Mm-hmm. So when he does that, I come in here and I get him set up and make sure if there's any issues, I'll take care of that. So I happen to be dog sitting right now at someone's house who literally is 2 minutes from Tyvis's house. Okay. So Browns game starts. I drive Tyvis. I'm like, yeah, I can just take you back. His wife dropped him off here. I was like, I can just take you back. I took him back to his house. Literally from the time I dropped Tyvis off to the time I drove the half of mile, maybe it is, down the road, went there, let the dogs out, got back inside, and turned the TV on, the Jets had returned a kick and a punt for a touchdown. I turned the TV on, and I was like, they're showing the replay of the guy returning the kick, and I'm like, well, no, I just heard this in the car. Why are they showing this again? Oh, no. They had let a punt return back for a touchdown.
Yeah, I was listening to Andrew Siciliano on the call at one point. He said the incredulous Cleveland Browns radio network.
Oh,
after the second
good name.
I thought that's a good line out of
Good way to get out of the break.
When they returned the kickoff, I was still in the car, and I heard Zagura. Siciliano gave some kind of stat, and Zagura said, and the Browns have already let a punt return for a touchdown this year. He's like, no other team in the NFL is doing this. And then post-game, I texted you guys, and I was like, Zagura is as nicely and professionally as he can just destroying this team right now.
It's just a stupefying loss. And it's one of those ones where, I mean, guys, they host Baltimore this week. Baltimore.
Well, they're under 500. It'll be fine. They're sticking with Dylan Gabriel, so you know what you have to look forward to.
And here's the thing: I still think there has not been enough clarity from them, because there's just no damn way that this was the plan. There is no way that the plan in the offseason was to walk into the second half of this season with a quarterback room of Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, and Bailey Zappi. There's no way that was the plan. So how did they get to this point that this was the plan? Why did they trade Kenny Pickett? Why did they trade Joe Flacco? They have, the position Dylan Gabriel is in is a borderline impossible one. He's a third-round pick. This isn't Baker going number 1 overall. It's not Brand Whedon or Johnny Manziel or Brady Quinn or anybody else, Tim Couch, anybody else they drafted number 1 overall. It's not what it is. And Shedur's a 5th-round pick that the entire league passed on 3 and 4 times before being picked by the Browns. So even if he goes in, why would we to assume that it would be better than what it is? Now, Dylan didn't turn the ball over, but obviously he struggled throwing and driving the ball down the field in some elements. And my guess is, I haven't even looked, my guess is up there they're going to have elements on Sunday as we have, it's November. Like, that's going to be part of it.
It is supposed to be 61 degrees here for Ohio State UCLA.
Okay. So you get a little warm up, maybe.
Shorts weather.
November in Ohio, right? You get a little of that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how you're going to sell this. I don't know how you sell it to. It's just a tough. His press conference today is going to be really tough answering for all of this. And I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss because I just don't know how you have that performance and just keep on. I don't know. I'm very curious because it's not resonating, obviously. I thought Tommy Rees was all right as offensive coordinator. I thought they got Jerry Jeudy going, which was something that, we kind of had been waiting for was to ignite that a little bit. But you all they need is special teams to be even.
Yep.
Just be even and you win the game. And too often special teams fall on their face and you're having to catch up. I mean, to lose a game like this, as I mentioned in the Samini thing, it's impossible to lose a game like this. Just impossible. It hadn't happened since 1950. My guess is they weren't keeping track of stats prior to that and weren't even paying attention to these type of circumstances. So in the modern NFL, what happened yesterday to the Browns had never happened previously. So now I will say this. It was a crazy weekend in the NFL. Crazy. I mean, I was as bad as I've ever been picking games. I think I got 3 right. We'll pick the Monday Nighter at the end of the show, but it was complete abomination across the board. There were some crazy backdoor covers, like Houston backdoor covering on a pick 6 to end the game against Jacksonville. That's just a brutal one. There was, I think, 2 or 3 that the hook got me, like 6.5 versus 6. There were a couple of those that happened. And then there's some you just got dead wrong. Like the idea that the entire afternoon window, the average score was like 40-20.
Yeah, that Seattle-Arizona game was over like 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
Beau, I can tell you, though, you weren't the worst picking NFL games on this show this week so far.
True. 1-10 going into Monday Night Football.
I know that much.
The
the
rule that in overtime you don't have to kick the extra point after, like Jonathan Taylor runs it, I'm like, just kick the extra point. And obviously they're not going to. But the damn Germany game was a harbinger for things to come.
I don't know why. I don't know why people. Why do we continue to bet the NFL?
Because look, we're going to get better this week. We're going to watch film. We're going to grind tape. We just need our pocketbooks to have some patience. We'll get there.
We all got to get better.
We're all frustrated.
None
of us are.
None of us played well enough.
Will get this
we all need to be better.
Yes.
Got to coach better. Got to play better.
We all have to.
It's just the bottom line.
Nobody's more frustrated than I am.
We're trying. We just got to play better. We got to coach better.
We'll do heavy NFL tomorrow. The Miami Dolphins were 2-7, 10.5-point dogs, and beat the brakes off the Bills 30-13. 30-13.
It makes no sense. The Saints.
Oh,
Tyler Shuck.
Come on, baby.
27 years old.
Oh, NBC. We're driving back from lacrosse in Canton. We were in Canton for lacrosse on Sunday, and we're driving back, and he's watching on the phone. And the whole time I'm just going, yes, go Saints, go Saints, go Saints. That was a big one for my bet with him as they now drop to 5-5. But like the Seahawks were up 35-0 on the Cardinals in the first half. In the first half, the Rams bombed the 49ers. And even the game last night with the Chargers handling the Steelers the way that they did. It was just a crazy weekend in the league across the board. And, man, be careful out there. We'll break down the NFL in full tomorrow on the show. Jackets in